Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. I've decided I'm going to stop saying the name of the channel because it's not necessary, at least not to me. Also, saying Ladea Lounge, I really like the name Ladea Lounge, really like the idea that I made behind it. However, it's difficult to say in an intro, so I'm just gonna say the game. Anyway, moving on. Last episode we did more Omega Raid stuff, and today we're gonna go and do more Omega Raid stuff. More specifically, the Sigmascape. Before you cross the threshold, we should take a moment to discuss where we stand. That is the test world you need to conquer, the Sigmascape. Is that a mask or a face? The castle was certainly a surprise, but this is verging on disturbing. We currently have no idea what it might signify. My first instinct is to dive straight into our analysis. The problem being that without a reference point from within the Sigmascape to start from, we'll have no way of knowing if we're even analyzing the correct data. Which means you'll have to go in blind. Probably the best way to enter the fight, but needs must and all that. Are you up for the challenge? Can I ask you to join her, Alpha? We seem to be fine out here, but Lynn will need your authorization if she's to do battle inside the test world. Keep your wits about you, Savior. Your next opponent could be almost anything. Quack quack. Alright, time to go into the first Sigmascape. Okay, that's gonna take a while. I'll be right back. I did not mean to unpause the recording while I was still... Well, anyway. Just hope that it's final DPS. Except, I've been here for the 17 minutes that the game said that I was gonna need to wait. Which is a little too long. Oh well. Anyway, if anybody unaware, the Sigmascape is based off of Final Fantasy VI. So any Final Fantasy VI fanboys will be very pleased. And they would also immediately recognize what this is going to be about. If you look at the correct data, your opponent appears to be a train. Here it comes. It is the Phantom Train. The origin of the age-old classic of Suplex the Train. Oh. Such an amazing set piece. Final Fantasy VI has amazing set pieces. It has a couple of attacks, some of which I don't really remember. In case you can summon ghosts. Being a Phantom Train and all. Then you can do head-on. Head-on? Head-on, which is a proximity-based attack. Should also knock you back, apparently. Remember that? Anyway, there's going to be light appearing. And if it hits the ghosts, as the game is so beautifully going to show us, the ghosts disappear. Right, some of us are going to get marked. And it's going to be the light. Okay, at least I got the light blocked on one of them. Oh fuck, that killed me! Well, I guess I got sent to heaven. Whoopsie. I was not aware that that was going to be a thing. Diabolical Whistle. I'm going to summon a ghost who's going to chase somebody, and then we're going to have people with the lights on them. And they're supposed to hit the ghost with the light, as shown before. And you know, not die like I did. we get Doom Strike, which I'm pretty dang sure is a tank buster. There it is, yeah. Right, little tornadoes. I think they will leave lingering tornadoes. No, okay. More ghosts. And we get Sigmascape marked with a proximity-based attack, which we can drop onto the back of the enemy. Acid Rain, which is just some regular damage. Now he's going to change perspective by jumping tracks and parking next to us and dropping a lot of Cupid passengers. Right, once they're done, we can get on its carts. Gotta be fast though, because doesn't he lose his carts? I don't know. Either way, we gotta go and kill the Doom Chimney now. There we go. And now we get throttled. Now we have to go and actually touch a ghost. So we get taken to a passenger car, and which, you know, is better than fucking choking to death. We instead get to fight a ghost in one of the passenger cars. Ah, right. And then the train returns. And then we're going to do this. More acid rain, more ghosts following us. And more light. Nice. And that's it. And of course I get all the trash, because people open the chests and then leave. Christ. Traveled from afar. Thank you for Doma. Gives me goosebumps. Jesus. Even though ffXIV not my favorite, it has some good moments for sure. Hello. And the gods, you're fast on your feet. When I first saw you, you'd be facing a train of all things, I assumed I was hallucinating. But with that oddness behind us, we can be fully certain we have the right set of data for the Sigmascape. For what we've been able to determine, this is a recreation of a devastated world. Unfortunately, we have not found any clues as to its origin. We come across several familiar terms, Doma included, but the arc of history is inconsistent with our own. Given that Omega draws from realms which could be fictional or even other-dimensional, We can only guess at the source upon which the Sigmascape is based, but if it was fictional, it seems safe to assume that the author had a bad experience with a train. I expect you're still recovering from your last fight, but we should probably go over the details of your next opponent all the same. According to our research, you'll be pitted against a foe known as Chatternook. Not a train this time, but some manner of animated painting. To be perfectly clear, the name refers to the more evil spirit that's taken up residence within the picture. But the picture part will be key to our strategy. To that end, Nero has thrown together a little something I thought might be useful. So together, he says, you know how difficult it was to translate your abstract fancy into an actual tool with practical applications. What you demanded was nothing less than a miracle, and a miracle I have delivered. Seem to recall you insisting on constructing it yourself. Still, great regret is due. Well done. History would appreciate my genius. To you I presented the fruits of my labor, the chocobo brooch. I won't confuse you by trying to explain how it works, but suffice it to say that I have adapted the tool to combat the peculiar nature of your rival. Put simply, you will be able to directly influence the space around you by painting pictures. Naturally, this process will require paint. As for the color, subject, and efficacy of your masterpieces, well, that shall depend entirely upon your own artistic sense. Now back to you, Garland. You notice the absence of a steaming cup in my hand. If you truly value the efforts of your colleagues, you might consider filling the bloody kettle from time to time. Or is that another task his lordship the chief can't accomplish without help of his subordinates? Now listen here, Nero. I apologize for the damn kettle, but this has nothing to do with my upbringing. Quest complete. Accept it, sorry. Whoopsie. Next to the kettle is one of Alpha's cards. Its face illustrated with a depiction of spring water. Alpha appears keen to begin the next encounter. You may enter Sigmascape 2.0 when you're ready. Once again, I will be back once this cube pops. I'll be going in as a black mage. Yay. Yay, mage. Anyway. Less than 5 minutes? I'll be right back. E! Don't ask me why. It's just one of my favorite things. I guess it's so stupid. What a splendid atelier. Look around you, hero. Plenty of things in which to dip that brush. And the thing I'm thinking of, or like talking about, is Markiplier where he's like laughing or being confused, and then like, E! So good. I mean, I got that stuff from Rush E, which is an amazing piece of content. Anyway, Chatternook, you know, no surprise, Final Fantasy VI. This is a boss that freaked me out when I first fought it. So you have Goddess Chatternook. And then you have Demon Chatternook, which is the one we are actually fighting. I don't have this yet, no. Alright. So he's going to mark a painting, which is going to do possession on. Then you have to use some kind of a painting thing. Oh shit, I think I'm gonna lose my napkin. Yep, I just lost my napkin. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Not ideal, but... Anyway, You'll have to usually use one of these things. So for the fire one, you need to use this one over here to drench yourself in water and make it more difficult, or like lower the amount of fire damage you take. Excuse me while I'm confused because red mage, red mage, blue mage, yeah. No, because black mage, it's a job that confuses me. Never ending reset. Alright, it's gonna position again. Here's the thing of this, and you get to go into this little boy over here. Look at him. There we go. I'm gonna lose my knockdown again. Hey, nice, I got a 5-star. People will get marked and also chased by some earth spells. The Monarch Shear is attacking us, by the way. I only just noticed that. Not a possession, but then with this water thing, we just only one person needs to make this, just to make the rock appear, and then it can block us from this basically tidal wave attack. No. And then there is one more attack that they can do, which we have yet to see. Motherfucker. Black mage life right there. Let's gonna release himself from that painting. And possess the other one over there. One person is going to have to draw themselves this thing over here. And is going to need to use it to get rid of some things. The Eastern Flies. So with that thing you can sneeze, just like in the normal fight. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I think I should be safe over here actually. There we go. Why me, you son of a bitch? Gold pain. I'm such a bad black mage. Alright, so one thing which we are not really going to see that much is that he will start using two of them. So in this case, he is going to be using the water one and the fire one at the same time. So what you need to do is like drench yourself in water to lower the fire damage and then get behind a rock that you create too. And that is basically it. Well, hey. You can have this stuff, Sprite Man. Welcome back, Lynn. I was on the edge of my stool watching you attempt to paint whilst fighting, but you soon seemed to get the hang of it. I'm glad our makeshift solution worked as intended. Our makeshift solution worked as intended because I made it work. Painting is easy, as is intending. I feel I should remind you, however, that the brush was very specifically designed with that arena and that foe in mind. Against all else, it will avail you precisely as well as any other brush. One moment. Oh, this is Garland. That's great news, and... Oh, they did they? Understood, we'll meet them out there. Oh, Jesse, apparently Biggs and Wedge considered themselves well enough to pay us a visit. They're on their way to the yawn. Fancy a brief jaunt to the surface? No, thank you. I have data to analyze. Fine, just the three of us then. Doo-doo. Chief Flynn, an Alpha too. We didn't mean to drag you all away from your work. Nonsense. After all you've been through, how could we not come running? Speaking of which, should you even be walking? The Chirurgeon will probably want to have a words with us later, but we couldn't just lie back and let you brave the rift on your own.
Do you even have enough hands for that much work? Who's taking care of all the little jobs?
Oh yes, the little jobs. It does seem that you two have spoiled me. I recently learned that the kettle does not in fact fill itself, but we're muddling along somehow. The nest has been a pillar of strength, like as always. Alpha has proven to be a stalwart companion, and Nero has been valuable and insufferable in equal measure. As for the test subjects themselves, they are certainly formidable, but Omega's experiment hasn't broken us yet. So go home, heal, and don't come back until you're fully recovered. It's good to hear that everything's going well. You can call us the moment that anything goes wrong. We'll be out here in a wink, even if you have to crawl.
This is me, Alpha. That uniform you're wearing makes you an official employee of Garland Ironworks. That means you can call on us whenever you're in trouble, and that means and that we can call on you. It means you're not alone. Big's gonna have to go away for a while, so I want you to look out for Lynn and the chief for us. All right? Go away.
Oh, before I forget it, we brought you something to put a spring in your step. Can't find Omega's creations on field rations alone.
Thanks. I have no use for these, but thanks.
No, another cutscene. Now what have we... This next one seems strong, but exhibits no other notable traits. How dull. 2 challenges this 4th opponent, but if I can find the patterns hidden in the chaos, then knowledge and reason will prevail. For even the most random actions are products of an underlying logic, one has but to isolate the behavioral triggers. Ah, tastes like salt water. Why would... I need to take a closer look at that card.
Alpha Group shown signs of recovering from recent trauma, initiating action to maintain desirable stress levels. Alpha and the Chief have already gone back in, so don't let us keep you. Our colleague over there, should be glad to help you make the descent as soon as you're ready. Jeez, dreadful experiment may have a way to go yet, but if you keep taking it one battle at a time, you'll be finding Omega before you. I mean, it will all be over before you know.
Can I lure you into the rift, madam? I may not be much use in battle, but I can at least do you this small service. No, back are you? We should return to the task at hand. Everything alright, Nero? You look a bit green around the gills. The kettle was full of salt water. Not the best stuff to brew coffee with, it turns out. Really? Well, it wasn't my doing. Of course not. That would involve you filling it. The water came from Alpha, created by one of those cars of his. It was very thoughtful of him to make the effort, but next time I'd prefer a beverage that didn't leave me feeling ill. In any case, you can handle support for the third battle on your own. I want to begin preparations for the fourth. Fair enough. Right, then your next foe is known simply as the Guardian. Unlike that ordeal with Shadownook, this battle promises to be relatively straightforward. Courage and steel should be enough to win you today.
Quiet.
Right, Sigmascape version 3.0. Summoner, of course. Let's see. Well, I'll be right back.
It only took 20 minutes.
Jesus Christ. The hardest thing about doing this freaking raid series is just queuing up. Johnny will transition between a host of different combat programs. Try to keep track of what which does what. Alright, Magitek Ray, just a line in front of him. Arm and Hammer, Tank Buster. And now he's going to load the data of whichever character appears on the screen, which in this case is... what's his name? Dalaluma. Shockwave, which will knock you back. The walls will damage you. So try not to get knocked into them. Actually, you can have that one. I'll go for this one. Gotta take all these orbs. Otherwise, you're going to take more damage. Run program means that he is going to now summon an ad. In the likeness of whichever enemy you choose. Whichever program, sorry. I have a prey on me. You just shot missiles at me. Okay. Right, it's gonna load the program of the next dude. Air Force. Which will be a small area around him. Alright. And now there's missiles. I did not see the name of that cast because I was distracted by chat. Anyway, avoid the missiles as best as you can. Not always the most straightforward. Right, and now we get Ultras. Because of course Ultras will be somewhere in here. And then we get the Bibliothèque, which I don't think is a Final Fantasy VI enemy though. I think it's just ff XIV. But I could be wrong. Anyway, you just need a certain amount of people in these things. You've seen them a lot already. To stop them from summoning anybody. Right, we're in program, so we once again have to deal with stand in front of the Bibliothèque. And there's beautiful magic burst. And magic ray, gotta watch out for that. That's gonna load Air Force 1 again. Or Air Force, I think it's just called Air Force. this. So like, where is it? Hello tanks, can you take the ad? Thank you. Okay, missile simulation. Just like before. And now the Guardian's gonna fly. Gonna aim a tether somewhere. It's gonna shoot a lot of bullets in that general direction and then do this. Hello? I still have no idea how this works. One was correct, the other one wasn't. Anyway. I guess I'll learn how all of these mechanics work when I do Savage eventually. Now from Alexander we already know a lot, since we're currently at the Cruise Chaser. So we have definitely made some pretty nice progress with that one. Right. Congratulations, old friend. Judging by the lack of smoking holes, I'd say you have a natural talent for avoiding laser beams. And it's what passes for a straightforward battle in here. Phantom trains, possessed pictures, and now this Magitech-like machine, assuming it was real. The realm the Sigmascape was based on must have been highly advanced in both the arcane and the mechanical arts. It's really a pity we cannot identify the test world's origin. Imagine how much we might learn from such a civilization had we encountered it under different circumstances. But now's not the time for such idle thoughts. The next battle will be the last for this world, and Nero should have a strategy to share with us by now. This is it. The final battle to conquer the Sigmascape. We've put together a profile of your next opponent. We've encountered some fantastical foes in here, but this time you'll have the novel experience of fighting an actual person. His name is Kefka, and he's a jester. According to the data, his preferred mode of fooling didn't just bring the house down, but the whole world. Apparently he found comedy in the tragedies of others and condemned countless thousands to death for his own amusement. That a jester should bring such misery. 'Tis almost amusing. Nevertheless, we must treat this villain with all seriousness. His rise to godhood and subsequent rule over the Shattered World is clearly documented in the records. Kefka is a formidable mage and a cunning one besides. Your tactics must account for both his power and his trickery. You're working on a solution, yes? Will it be enough? Will it be enough? Have you ever known me to do anything by halves? A jester's face paint is a mask for his intent. If you only watch the surface, you'll be fighting at a disadvantage. To put it bluntly, Kefka will seek to deceive you. Even as you predict his actions and adjust your position, his true attack will reveal the feint for what it was. This is where things become interesting. I have tuned this monitor to allow me to observe the Sigmascape with greatly enhanced clarity. If I observe a discrepancy between Kefka's behavior and the impending attack, I will endeavor to warn you. The timing will be critical, however. Of course. Whatever. How confident are you of this strategy? I predict a 50% chance of success. Any delay, however slight, any delay, however slight, and reacting to his feints will render my warnings all but pointless. Isn't it exciting? There's no safe way to practice this, hero. We must test our tactics on the field of battle. Yes. I'm afraid he's right. I'll lend you all the support I can from this side. Make what preparations you need and head into the Sigmascape. We can't let this jester have the last laugh. Indeed. Indubitably. Embrace your destruction. It is the fate of all things. The people can always rebuild, and new lives will always be born. A fragmented conversation had accompanied Kefka's data. This was the first line, but there was no mention of who uttered the reply. You admire this villain. Perhaps. I admire the idea of upsetting the status quo. Go on, champion. I'm tired of waiting for the fun to begin. Red Mage time. Quick, 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 quick. Off we go to Sigmascape 4. Fighting good old Kefka. Anyway, I'll be, right back. Again, 20 minutes. I wield the greatest power in existence. You may as well be the dirt on the bottom of my boots, or the dirt stuck to the bottom of that dirt. I will destroy everything. I will create a monument to non-existence. Oh, Kefka. Hyperdrive is a tank buster. How does it work? He just throws freaking cake molds on you. Second fiber. Fiber? Yeah, sure. Fire. And throbbing thunder. Now it's gonna change things, which is, pretty noticeable. Man, there's a question mark underneath it. It means that it's that place is gonna be the safe zone. And now we get the statue. Should do its own mechanics. Right, for this statue, we're gonna need to go to the side that has the energy in it. Because this is going to knock us in that direction. We also get a beautiful rendition of Dancing Mad, which is kind of difficult to hear with all the other noises. But if you're a real big fan of Dancing Mad, I would definitely suggest looking up its version, like the ffXIV version of the song, because it is truly, really wonderful. Well, we need to move. Timely teleport, which will, yeah, he's gonna teleport and then do a veil cleave on one side. Arrow Assault is gonna knock us back. Another Graven Image. The statue is once again going to do his thing. We have Threatening Thunder. There we go. Another Ultima Upsurge, which is just rate 5 damage. Another Hyperdrive. And then we go to the next one. Another new mechanic, of course. We're just going to basically attack one side of the arena, dependent on which side of the statue is glowing.
timely teleports. Right in the middle of my freaking combo there, unfortunately. He likes using this side, huh? Right, there is another statue past this, where it's basically a mechanic of you either look or you don't look. But, well, yeah. We don't get to see it because it's not an item level, so... Duty complete. What a beautiful arena, by the way. Sigmascape complete. Right. Let's see. 60. Nice. Please. No, 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 no! Damn you. You cat. That's it, isn't it? She's won. But this contest has been decided. Alpha Group is victorious. The Sigmascape test world will now be erased. Come on, we should go and find Lynn. Nero? Talk to me, man. Are you hurt? You could say that. I had a visitor while you were attending your little Ironworks reunion. Oh my god damn it. I should never have left you alone. Not after what happened to Biggs and Witch. As if I would trail along behind you like some sniveling lapdog. No, I chose to remain, and behold the results. This was my victory. It was my ingenuity that defeated these foes. Even your precious warrior of light was just another variable in my grand experiments. Alright, Nero, save your strength. I'll fetch Lynn and Alpha, and then we can get out of here. Garland. The next round is yours. But you can't keep holding back. It's time to unfetter that brilliant mind of yours. To do what must be done. And I'm not just talking about what becomes of Omega. You cannot preach freedom through technology and keep yourself locked up in chains. Another battle won. Thy might knows no bounds, child of man. But the Sigmascape has been terminated. Congratulations, Alpha Group. Congratulations, Lynn Adair. Consistent with previous performances, you have once more defeated a foe of vastly superior combat capabilities. I have constructed a theory to explain this phenomenon. In order to conserve life energy, you subsequently limit your output during standard activity. I have taken this factor into account when calculating your potential, but judging by the wild fluctuations in its values, is it possible your limits are exceeded by an unprecedentedly high degree when engaged in battle? Blip, current data unreliable. Accuracy of further experiments may be compromised. Recalculations necessary. You will exhibit your full potential, unrestricted by self-imposed limits. Prediction. Placing subject in mortal peril will facilitate the collection of desired data. Reveal your power. Let me measure the extent of your existence. In precisely 180 seconds, I will terminate your life. You are to attempt escape with every last reserve of strength you possess. Alpha, your participation is unnecessary. Do not interfere.
Curious, 'twould seem the circumstances of thy birth taint not the purity of thy life. The seed which all mortals nurture is found within thee too, Alpha. As for thee, Omega, after the passing of eons, is this truly the extent of thine evolution? I have glimpsed the core of thy wretched existence, and judged that my guidance here is no longer needed. Even I cannot fully bend the rules which govern this place. I have reached beyond my strength at the last. But so be it. Such a death becometh thee not. To slumber shall I betake me for a time. The incantation I leave with thee shall be mine in form, but not in spirit.
Midgard Sommer, again your actions are incomprehensible.
Heed me, empty vessel, thine all too clumsy efforts to draw that which, by thine own admission, defieth thine understanding is the very height of folly. Temper thy desire, trust to the results of thine experiments, and when thou hast witnessed these mortals in the fullness of their glory, then mayest thou determine if the prize thou seekest is thine for the taking.
Acknowledged. Attempt to artificially elicit potential has failed. Tend to your injuries, Alpha Group, and prepare for the next round of testing.
Lynn Alpha, I need your help. It's Nero. He's... Don't seem we all have a tale to share. But not here. Come on. We're leaving.
Madam, the chief has already departed for August Reach. A few of our people were on hand to help him transport Nero. Oh, and I was told to tell you that Jesse expects a full report as soon as it's convenient. But that she generally means now.
Oh, what joyously beautiful music.
Lynn, I was told you'd made it out of that hole, but nothing beats seeing you with my own 2 eyes. In case you're wondering, Nero was taken to straight to the infirmary. The chief should be back soon with news if you don't mind waiting. Chief, how is he?
Not good. It seems one of Omega's nastier minions paid him a visit in our absence. He's putting on a brave face, but having seen his injuries, I'm surprised he kept going for as long as he did. The Convergence confined him to bed. Even should Omega extend its next invitation, Nero won't be coming with us. Major Tormor is taking a lengthy nap now, isn't he? And it won't be long before our base camp is lost to the rift again.
When the time comes, I'll join the expedition myself. The challenges will only get harder, and you'll need someone reliable at your back.
I appreciate the offer, Jesse, and I may yet take you up on it when the time comes. But let's not make any decisions just yet. I have a lot of thinking to do about what's happened and about what lies ahead.
Go away. Poor thing, he seems worried.
Don't worry, we'll get him in the end.
Go away.
Well, I got a smile out of him. We may not understand what he says, but I think we can understand how he feels. Right, much as I'd like to stay and chat, we all have some work to do. Sooner or later, we're going to have to face Omega itself. We've all seen what it's capable of. We need to be stronger. We need to be ready when Omega calls on us again. Let's make sure that we are.
I might assist you today. Good evening, valued employee. Thank you for your tireless work. Part of the Savage Initiative, we bring you Phase 2 of our Mending Melodies selection, a composition designed to rejuvenate both body and spirit. Song brings to mind a gentle sea, the ebb and flow of the tide, a rhythmic balm upon the exhaustion of your soul. As with our first installment, we sought to cooperate of the same illustrious minstrel. For this piece, it seems he has drawn inspiration from his recent visits to the Far East. Now close your eyes and float upon a calm ocean of music. Let your words be carried away by the waves as they swell and recede. Swell and recede. Clear your mind and allow new vistas to unfold. Hear, feel, and ponder their mysteries.
Sigmascape Savage has now also been unlocked, of course. Soon DM. Well, sooner than I may think, depending on, you know, how the rest of Alexander is going to go for us. Anyway, my friends, that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Just That I Was playing Final Fantasy XIV. It's not just Fred, whatever. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and, well, I'll see you in the next episode where we're going to start the final tier of the Omega raid. Goodbye.